Thank you for tuning in today to discuss the real estate market in the Villages, Florida for the first few months of 2024. Get ready as we dive into statistics and trends shaping our community's housing landscape from an MLS agent perspective. This will be a numbers-heavy video, so if you do not like to hear a bunch of statistics and year-over-year comparisons, then you may not enjoy this video. But it should help you to see if we're in a healthy real estate market or maybe we're in trouble. This is the Villages Homestyle, where we will talk about all things related to the Villages, Florida. So one of the defining features of the Villages real estate landscape is its appeal to retirees and active adults seeking the vibrant and fulfilling lifestyle. This demographic trend has continued to shape the market dynamics, with demands remaining strong for properties that offer convenience, accessibility, and the sense of community. As more retirees seek to settle down here, the demand for homes in the Villages has remained consistently high, contributing to the overall stability and growth of our real estate market. So we're on the tail end of snowbird season, and people typically think that about 75% of our sales happen when snowbirds come into town. And while there may be a bit more traffic and eyes on the properties, it's not necessarily true that we see more sales this time of year. We have remained fairly consistent over the last 12 months with the number of active listings throughout the year. In all of 2023 and part of 2024, we have had over 400 active listings available every month, but we did not cross the 500 threshold at all. This is a drastic change from the first quarter of 2022, where there was only an average of 160 houses on the market. So this is good news for buyers because it means that there's more inventory to choose from, and it's less likely that there will be multiple offers on homes. However, sellers do not like to hear this because it means that they will typically have to price their home a bit more competitive or have additional features to make their home stand out against other homes that are currently listed. So we'll go ahead and give 1 point to the buyers, that this market is favorable for them. So next, what I get asked about a lot is, can I offer less on a home? Because the rumor around these neck of the woods is that houses sell without going below the asking price. There's a very good reason that this stigma has stuck to houses, and it's because for 12 months straight, the list price to close price ratio was 100%. So that happened between June of 2021 and June of 2022. The lowest average percentage we've had documented since 2018 is 97.3% for the list price to close price ratio, and that occurred in January and February of 2023. Right now we're around the same mark with an average of 97.5. So that means if a house is on the market for $400,000, it would be expected to sell around $390,000. The list price ratios are very high, so I would have to give this as an advantage to the sellers. Now, what is the average sales price here? Some people think that living in a community as renowned as the Villages, that it must be a very expensive place to live, and houses are unaffordable for retirees. The average sales price in the United States in quarter 1 of 2024 is approximately $492,000 according to the Fred economic data with statistics provided from the U.S. Census and Department of Housing and Urban Development. So what does this mean for us? Are we on par with national averages, or is this a less expensive place to purchase a home? Right now, we are trending upward for 2024, with the average sales price hitting $379,000 in February of 2024. But the average growth median sales price has been pretty stagnant since this time in 2022. This does not mean that your home is not appreciating year over year, but it does mean that the rate of appreciation on it is happening significantly slower than we have seen since 2020 through 2022 sales spikes. It can also indicate that more people are opting to purchase homes that are on the smaller side and more affordable for a true downsize or second home. I think I have to give this advantage to the buyer because overall, buying a home in the Villages is cheaper than the national averages, and homes are not snowballing as rapidly with super inflated price tags. This next comparison is probably one of my favorites when it comes to pricing homes and looking at competition for both buyers and sellers. It's the sales price and number of homes in that price bracket. I really love this information because it not only shows us how much competition there is in each price range, but also where we can place the average list price for a broad area such as the Villages. And I'm just a numbers nerd, so I just really love this stuff. In 2024, so far, we're seeing a bulk of our sales in the $300,000 to $500,000 range. And that makes sense because we just established that our average sales price was around the $379,000 range. So let's look at percentages. Today is March 12th, 2024. We currently have 383 houses listed on the MLS and 705 houses have sold in the last 180 days. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper. We know that a bulk of our sales are in the $300,000 to $500,000 mark. So there are currently 233 homes out of the initial 383 active homes, and then 450 homes out of the closed 705 that were inside our target price range. Guys, I know that this is a lot of numbers right now, but the point that I'm trying to get across is that out of our 383 homes available, 60% of them were within our average price point. I hope I haven't lost you because we are almost towards the end, but if you are learning something or want to see more content like this or about the general housing market of the Villages, Florida, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to get notified when new videos are released. Alrighty, we are going to hop back into our numbers and comparisons, and we're going to see how long you should expect to see your home on the market. So December and February were both tied with around 30 days on the market before they got a contract. But in January, the average days on market jumped to 54 days. Why did this happen? Why did the average days on market nearly double for 1 month and then go back to normal? It could be because we saw a slight uptick in houses going under contract and sellers wanting to test the market with a higher price point. But we did see a lot of price reductions in January as well. My guess, though, is that a lot of the homes that hit the market in January most likely had a tenant or maybe a snowbird in them, and they were hoping to stay in the house until the season ended. So when that happens, it does take a specific buyer that would be willing to wait to move in. All right, so I know I just briefly touched on price reductions, and this is very important to talk about. I hear stories that sellers want to test the market and overprice their home by $20,000 or $30,000+ so they have room to negotiate. Guys, this rarely works, and I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say we have a home that was comped out to show the market value at $515,000. But the owner wanted to list at $550,000, so they have room to negotiate and possibly still walk away with a bit more money in their pocket. I mean, who wouldn't? We all want that. So, fast forward, we go live on the market at $550,000, and we get very little showings, no offers for the first 3 weeks, and now the day on market is showing 21 days. And we know from looking at our statistics that we should be expecting a contract around 30 days. So we decide that we're going to go ahead and adjust the price to $525,000, a big reduction to hopefully get closer to the market price and lure in buyers. This works for a little bit, and showings may begin to pick up, but there are still no offers, and buyers are seeing the days on market count get higher and higher and higher. So they're thinking that something is wrong with the house since nobody else wants to purchase it. Then we do another price reduction of $10,000, which now brings us down to the fair market value of $515,000. Showings pick up again, and then we get an offer. But now we're on day 55, and the offer price is for $500,000 because buyers assume that the sellers may be getting antsy or they may be in a must-sell situation since they've reduced the house $35,000 in 2 months. If we started the price at $515,000 where the market should have comfortably priced the home, there would have been a much higher chance of getting that exact asking price on the home or going under the average days on market, because we wouldn't have to mess around with price reductions and market corrections. But guys, if you're a seller, be sure to ask agents that you're interviewing to see their statistics with their average days on market and their full comparative market analysis to see how they came up with the value of your home. It's so easy to sign a listing contract with an agent that says your home will sell for whatever price you want. That's only going to lead to disappointment later down the line when you get no showings, no offers, You may have to change your plans because your home didn't sell in the timeline or price that you anticipated. And I'm telling you guys, if you have a listing agent say that the value of your home is based on this estimate, end the meeting right there. Done. Guys, I don't want to ramble all day, so I am going to go ahead and end it here. But what I want to get across is it actually looks like we are in a fairly healthy real estate market right now. There are both advantages to the buyer and the sellers. So sellers, you may see good appreciation if you've lived in your home for at least 3 years or have done modest upgrades that current buyers are looking for. Buyers, you also have an advantage because there are more homes to choose from, and you don't always need to make a decision within hours of touring the home like we used to. This is not the case for every home, and we do still see multiple offer situations come into play on appropriately priced homes. Now, the drawback for buyers is that if you are financing your home, the interest rates are not what they used to be a few years ago, and it hurts to see how your monthly payments are affected with these higher rates. So on the flip side, sellers, you cannot expect to own a home for 1 year, make no modifications, no furniture, nothing included, and sell the home for over $100,000 over what you purchased it for. So as long as everybody goes into the home buying or selling process with realistic expectations, I feel like a lot of hesitations for the buying and selling side should be squashed. I know I'm also going to get some pushback on saying that all homes are overpriced and you would never buy a home in the Villages for over $400,000. Guys, real estate is an investment. And if things are maintained properly, you could be setting yourself up for success with an appreciating asset. Also, if you have not bought or sold a home in the last 5 years, the market has changed drastically. So please remember that we are in a different climate of real estate. So ask questions, especially if the last time you bought a home was in a different state. Now, if you are interested in buying or selling a home in the Villages or surrounding areas, I am a licensed realtor. So give me a call and we can go over some of your options. I've also created a program called Serving Our Heroes, where I give back 0.5% of the purchase price directly to the qualifying veteran or first responder. I hope you guys have a beautiful day and we will see each other again soon.